Welcome back to Toggle Advantage. I am Jim, the DM, as usual. I am joined by, once again, my four friends and person who I once shared a house with, who will not be named.
They're going to say womb.
Hey guys, that's me. We came from the same womb.
Yeah, we did.
Womb.
Same one.
Anyway, we're here to play some homebrew D&D. For those who don't remember, last time, they entered the prison proper, the actual city part of the prison, into the Kingdom of the Outsiders, where they were tailed, met a fat, pink, very aroused man. They met a ghost elf. They lost a couple fingers, got their heads slammed into the table, went for a hug, and now they're outside in the street. One is in the fetal position, crying. The other three are... who knows what they're doing, and that's where we'll start out.
That last episode was basically about Piercival.
Yeah. So I guess the first question is, continuing from the last episode, Piercival, are you still in the fetal position, or have you recovered emotion? No.
I think that answers that.
It's not the physical pain, it's the complete lack of human interaction I'm getting from all these gosh darn elves. All these elves and dwarves and halflings and orcs. Where's the human connection? That's all I'm asking for. Just some damn human connection. I'm a human, by the way.
So you
As
say.
you say that,
So you say.
no
So I'm
humans
still ranting
pass
and
you
raving on
by.
the ground.
I gently pat you and I say, "All right, Piercival, it's time to get up."
Okay.
You need to go find a place to rest for a bit. You don't look good.
It's a good idea.
Oh? I'd love to rest.
You can roll me an insight, Jukalgir.
Oh, sure. There we go. 16.
With your insight of 16, you picked up on the fact that you just kind of stake a claim on a territory, and you lock it down, and that's your shelter for the night. So you could potentially take any one of the abandoned buildings. Once again, as you walk through, you did notice some of the doors that were open had a couple of people in them. The one constant was there was always at least one person awake watching the door, so if somebody did come in, they could warn the others. It's pretty safe to assume that the locked doors are doors that people maybe keep stuff in or are sleeping in or what have you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make our way to some unoccupied building that doesn't look like it's about to fall down.
Yeah,
Who's
maybe
dragging Piercival?
maybe to the south.
Piercival can drag himself.
Are you
Every
still
game... What?
Are you still on the ground?
I'm still crying loudly, and you guys all have to deal with that kind of stuff, but I've held
just walk
myself
away.
back up. I've smeared some blood on each of you to remind you where we've all come from and who we are all as friends.
No.
And
Simba.
I'm limping and making a show of it. I love you guys. I consider you all my friends.
You can think what you like.
I pat you on the back. I'm starting to get used to you.
That's how it works, baby.
Unfortunately, amidst his tears, he does not see the small group of humans that walk by and back into the in and out of frame.
Even if I have to be with you freaky other species and never see my beloved own human species again.
Come on, man. That's
That's
just
a
rude.
little racist, man.
That's
Come on.
just rude. Like,
I take offense.
You
I
want to talk about
understand
racist?
that
You
I
were
look
talking in
freaky,
just
but
dwarfish.
I can't help that.
Dwarfish? No, I can talk in Dwarfish. I'm going to turn to Tinker and being like, how long has it been since you've been able to hear someone in your own language?
Oh, my.
Tinker, do you speak Dwarvish?
I do.
Okay.
I should hope so. He's
I
a
feel like I
dwarf.
have to ask because it's you,
I
and you
say
probably
to
be
the
like,
sky.
I don't need that.
Doesn't remember.
It has
Bombardier
been a
took
while.
my ability.
I speak Arish. It's where you add R's to words.
It's-
Anyway.
Man.
I
Man, that
do
omniscient
love
voice.
a good dwarf conversation.
I love a good dwarf joke.
Oh, tell me
Why don't
one.
you tell us your favorite?
Yes. I've heard them all. I'll warn you now.
No.
Okay. Let's
I'll have to
go.
keep that.
I start. How do we tell the direction when we're down here? There's no.
That's
is
a
there
great
sun?
question. The short
there,
answer is
what's the
you don't.
illumination in this cavern? Is it just fire everywhere? Like torches?
Now that you've asked, it looks like there are small gemstones lining the dome above you that let off a almost bioluminescent light. I say bioluminescent because it looks like it's moving and changing and less fitted into the stone. And it's too far away to tell exactly what it is.
Does it? Is it like tuned to the day? Like, I don't know how many hours we've been doing this for, but it could be nighttime, maybe.
All
right.
I'd like to do a history check on said glowy stones. See if I know
It could
anything
be
about
298 days and you wouldn't know. A history check on the stone?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to start carving hash
nature.
marks into Piercival's butt to keep track.
There's already enough there.
You
They'll
keep
get
track of
lost
the
among
dumps
the
he's
fray.
taken, the old man loafs he's pinched. A history of 15 lets you know that many dwarven cities are lit in the same way. It's a mix of cheap gemstones infused with very light magical power, and normal animals, usually insects, that let off that kind of bioluminescent light that kind of feed on the upper ones.
Yeah, that's
Well
it.
done, yes. I am a dwarf, so I would know such things.
What do you know, Tinkerer, now that you're just randomly talking out loud?
Say what? Oh, I was commenting on the nice
Yeah.
stones, the glowy gems, as it were.
In the sky? Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Yes.
My poor
It
old
isn't
man
a
vision
bright
stops
light,
me from
though.
seeing that.
It's a fairly dim atmosphere pretty much wherever you go.
Hmm.
There are a couple of torches on the road, and there are groups with their own sources of light. But in general, it's just pretty much perpetually dusk or sundown, if you want to compare it to a time of day.
Sure.
Can I make a perception check to try and find a empty, nice-looking hovel?
No, you can't.
I did
Anybody
it
else
anyways.
can, but you can't.
I rolled an
absolutely
8.
can. With an 8, you find a lot of buildings with their doors open.
I too look for a specific one.
Juke. With a 12, you are able to find a lot of buildings with their doors open.
I would like to perceive.
I don't know that one. Maybe.
Are we all just gonna?
Overall, I think
If you
suggested
want
out
to
loud, we
roll,
all
just
look.
roll.
Tinkerer, with your 14, you are able to finally perceive a couple more buildings with their doors open.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah,
I'm gonna roll a
Piercival.
perception. Whatever. My eyes are covered in blood, though.
Piercival, you, even with your eyes covered in blood, the nice thing is, usually when you look,
You rolled an 18.
you put your hand up and you block the sun, but now that you don't have 2 fingers to block the light pouring in, it's actually helping you more than you thought.
And I mean, honestly, the blood's a little bit rejuvenating.
Yeah, it's good. It's good stuff. It's great for the skin.
What does
You
he
are
see?
able to find a couple of buildings where the doors are open but not broken. It looks like the couple you pass, 2 out of the 3 have inhabitants in them.
I'd like to.
Piercival,
to me, guys.
what do your human eyes see?
Looks like one of them over there doesn't have a bunch of douchebags in it. Do you guys want to knock on that door and test it out?
Yeah, let's get in there.
I mean, if it doesn't look like anyone's in it,
Perhaps
Sure.
somebody else should do the knocking.
Knock on the open door I described it as.
Oh God!
That
oh,
was a
simple
finger
knock
joke.
was torturous pain. Oh,
didn't
that was only
make-
one knock.
Quite
take
a
a quick
loud enough
peek.
noise, either.
quick sneaky peek inside.
Taking
Sneak
a peek
peek.
around, your passive's good enough. You can make an active 2 if you want with a 21.
Stealth.
You don't
Sneaky
see
peek.
anything out of the ordinary. The one thing that sticks out is this has been pillaged and looted. So, excuse me. What used to be an old house is now like just an old empty room, pretty much. Looks like it could have been like a living room of some sort, but there's no furniture, there's no shelving, there's no food, no water. There's no. It's just an empty. It's like walking into an apartment for the first time. It's just a big empty room. On the bright side, it is sturdy. This was a stone room. It was either built from the original dwarven architecture. You're not really good with knowing architecture, or it could have just been built out of stones and mud. Either way, it does have actual solid walls to it, where a couple of the other ones you passed were built out of like the wood and the mud. This might give you a little more potential safety
Security.
Yeah.
This looks good, guys. Is there any, besides the one door in, is there any other openings?
Nope. Just a door and a room. It's like a shed.
Okay.
It is also very dark because, as mentioned before, there is.
Yeah. I can see. That's fine. With my non-human eyes, my
Piercival,
superior
you wander in and you kinda-
non-human eyes.
You take all
I
that
actually
darkness
do
in.
have dark vision, so my eyes are superior to your dumb
Pretty sure
eyes.
Everybody
Can you tell me what
but
the hell is
Piercival
going on
has
in this
dark
room?
vision.
It's empty. Get in.
Cool.
Oh man, if you could only see all the hot humans in this room.
If I could only see them.
You know,
All right.
I thought of that too, but I decided not to do it. But I'm glad you have enough. You lack the pride to be able to sing that song.
Can I use a flaming sphere to light this bitch up?
Absolutely.
A flame sphere? Oh god.
I'll-
Put it in the corner.
Go ahead and link that spell.
Not that I know that what's happening right now.
It is
Sorry,
made out
I
of stone,
apologize
correct?
for metagaming.
A flaming sphere is like a mini sun.
But this
This ball fire.
dwelling
Oh, the
we're in is
building.
made of
Yes, the
stone.
building is made out of stone.
Does
All right,
anybody
hey.
have a light spell or something? Like, God.
I can create a huge flaming sphere. You guys want that? It could potentially kill us all.
No.
Oh.
I mean, if we just found some wood to burn, I've got a fire starter, so.
So are you not creating the flaming sphere?
I threw it out to my best buddies in the whole wide world, Juke, Tinkerer, and
The other one?
Yandis, and they
One
all
with the
said it
tasty
really wasn't a
brains.
hot
You
idea.
call him Jaundice?
Jaundice. I
Alright, I got
say,
this.
I have some of them broken weapons. We might be able to use the handles as kindling. Keep
I'm
the
just gonna
metal
cast
bits.
Prestidigitation
Holy
and make-
moly.
of some lights, a giant shower of sparks that's gonna blast out and then
Dissipate.
stop.
That
It's
was
pause.
unexpected.
With the light still shining.
Oh god, sorry, that almost gave me a heart attack. The
I'm
shock
gonna
of seeing.
shower out some sparks, and then they're gonna I'm gonna pause them midair because I can do that, right?
Okay.
Or is
You
that
can
not a
do
thing?
that, huh?
Sort of, not really though.
I don't think it casts any light.
You can cast it a little slower, but it's just like flicking a lighter in the room is basically what you're doing. Just constantly flicking a lighter.
Is there a candle in here or
There's
a
like-
torch?
There is nothing
Nothing.
in here.
I'm
I'm
just
fine
gonna
sitting in the
collapse on the
dark.
ground and start falling asleep for several hours. They can
I'm
figure
gonna
out the light
cast my-
situation later.
Okay.
My second use of that spell to make an odd odor.
Piercival, you wander over to a wall. Would you like a corner? Because you can find one of those if it's a little more comfortable for your human cheeks.
Yeah, I'd like to get my cheeks pressed up right between that wall. And if there's any sort of, whatever.
No,
Never
I
mind.
don't know. And
If there's
you
any sort of hole I can get comfort from.
and you start resting. Yandos, you were saying something. Guess not. Are you still there?
No, I'm not doing anything. I made a
Okay.
joke. It was
Well,
a
I couldn't
bad
tell.
joke.
Like you,
So
it
I
looked like your
I let
Skype
it
was
die.
frozen for me.
I let it die.
I'm
Much
gonna
like our third
close and
brother,
lock
Walter.
the door.
You let it die.
And we're in the dark.
Yeah, I'm gonna close and lock the door.
Everybody going for a long rest now? Then
I am.
I'm gonna say even with the door locked, we should probably keep
it's
watch.
funny when you say lock the door. This door does not have a lock on it. Unlike the
I'm
other
gonna-
doors, it is a full door and it does close, which is a plus. You might have to figure out some way of locking it yourself, or if you're good at tinkering, maybe make your own lock.
If only there was somebody here. Oh, wait.
Only.
I'm gonna open the door and use prestidigitation to put a.
Prestidigitation. I can say that word, and it's me.
Prestidigitation.
Bacrisms.
I was pronouncing it wrong for a joke, okay? And now
No,
you're
you
just
weren't.
ruining it. Okay.
No, you weren't.
No, I wasn't.
Prestidigitation.
I'm gonna make one of those circles with a line through it on the door, which will last for an hour. So not the whole night, but hopefully people won't bother us for an hour.
So you're just putting a cross on the door.
A circle with a line through it.
Okay.
Like a do not enter.
The door now has a... What color is it, I guess?
It's red.
Okay. A red
I'm going
circle
basic.
with a line through it.
I'll try to tinker something together.
Dare I
Please
ask
do.
what you're going to tinker together?
I'm just going to take some of the metal bits I think that we've got and try to create some sort of, I don't know, locking mechanism, something we can slide across the door to stop people from opening it.
You've still got some chains, right?
I do. And I've got
Alright, go
those
ahead and
metal
make-
bits.
Make your tinkering check.
Would you like to borrow my tinkerer's kit?
I have smith's tools. Would that...
I swear to God.
I will help him because that is a thing I can do as a mastermind rogue.
Oh.
The help action.
You're at advantage now!
Oh,
Woo,
yeah.
spooky.
Spooky. I hit my mark.
Smack the microphone.
Tinker that
I
I apologize for my
time.
camera, by the way. My neighbor is jackhammering outside, and it keeps shifting, and there's nothing I can do. The camera just slowly wants to move.
It happens. You rolled a 14 with your smith's tools, which is actually enough because this is a
Ooh.
very basic lock. You're able to take some of the chain, basically cut one in half, form two separate links. One you kind of, we'll say, meld into the door, because I don't care how you do it, and one you get into the wall, and then you use one of the broken sword pieces to slide through it, forming a lock. Not the greatest lock. It could pretty easily be broken into, but it'll keep the door shut, and at first glance, if you push on the door, it'll definitely give enough feedback to show that visitors are not welcome. It is very makeshift and very jerry-rigged, though, so there's no way to lock it from the outside. You
Yeah.
can really only do it from the inside, and you know,
It's fine
the
by
steel
me.
can easily be...
Perhaps we should have somebody keep watch tonight. It's not the greatest of locks.
Yeah, let's
we
let's
can all
take
take
turns.
and he
Except for maybe
Piercival is like,
Piercival.
I
He
don't
can-
Piercival
think
can
it's-
sleep.
I think he's
Yeah,
already
no.
passed out.
Not only is he asleep, I'd like to point out he's still the only one without dark vision.
He
All you
has
can see
lost
him.
quite a bit
We
of
can
blood.
we can all see perfectly fine, except for Piercival.
Let him sleep.
Poor little human.
All right, you guys can sleep. I'll take first watch.
Cool.
Deal.
All right, so go ahead and roll me a D100. A spooky D100. First watch goes by without a hitch. Next up would be...
I can go next.
Go for it. Go ahead and roll a D100.
Forgot to ask you last time, how many bolts did the king give us?
20 apiece.
Okay.
As I'm sleeping, I'm gonna set my crow to caw if there's any. He's gonna make an alarm sound if anyone comes through that door
You're gonna
and wake
set
me
your
up.
crow.
I'm gonna set my crow, my raven.
99.
Nothing happens. Yet.
Tinkerer,
Yes.
roll your non-tinkering check
Oh.
of a D100.
Is it my watch?
Yeah,
Yes.
nothing happens during Jukes yet.
Yet.
68.
Tinkerer.
Oh.
With your 68, you feel a strong urge to use the restroom during your break time.
It's time to become Tinkler.
This is important. Where would you like to tinkle?
Oh dear. My withered
Go.
bladder. I can't. I feel like Piercival smells enough like urine. I think I'll tinkle in this corner over here.
Okay.
You're
you
going
pee
in the
a
corner?
corner of the room while
Near
everybody's asleep.
near Piercival. I'm like a cat. I'm trying to hide my bodily functions.
You could have gone outside.
I've got a lock on
Nope,
the
he
door.
already chose. All right,
God,
and
it's
that's
gonna smell like stale piss in this room now.
It smells like
It
stale
probably
piss
already
anyway.
smells like that.
We have Piercival here.
That is the
end of your long rest.
We can
As
use him
everybody-
to hide our smells.
Wakes up, feeling fresh, relaxed. There's a weird, pungent odor in the room that wasn't there before.
I blame Piercival.
I feel like $1,000,000, you guys. $1,000,000 human bucks.
Million
You
what?
are fully healed, by the
You
way.
feel
Your
like a
fingers
million
are still
deer?
gone, but
dear.
your hit points are back.
Yeah.
Also, you get half of your expended hit dice if you used any of those. I don't know if you did, though.
Yes.
Why does it smell like piss in here?
Why do you think?
I'll take it.
There was most likely piss in the night.
Okay.
But
Well, let's get the
whose
hell
piss?
out of this room.
The mystery gnaws at me.
As you say that, Yandos, you go to push the door open, and
For
you
some reason I
find
don't
it
trust Piercival.
barred.
Well, I'm gonna pull the sword out.
After
And
you
then-
pull the sword
Let's-
out,
let's
you
take all
find
the-
it barred.
Interesting.
Oh God.
Yeah, let's recover the metal from
I'll
the
take
lock.
those back, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Maybe even keep it in that
All right,
position so we
guys.
can use it again.
Sure.
I guess we've been locked in here.
Oh dear.
So push
Someone
it
has
open.
barred the door from the outside. Look at me pushing.
Go ahead and make an
Maybe try-
athletics roll.
Pulling the door.
It's got a sign on it.
Your wimpy Faintalk arms cannot do the trick.
I try
What is
pulling.
going on in my house?
I want to heat this metal. I want to fucking heat it up. Sorry.
It's a wooden door.
I try pulling.
It's not that kind of a door.
Okay. I got
What's
a
this door
higher
made of?
athletics check though. I rolled a 2, everybody, and then I rolled. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
A 17.
The door is made of wood, you said?
The door is made of wood, yes.
No. Can I use
Somebody
my...
Kick it down.
Yeah.
Sure.
Use my club, for goodness sakes.
Did you want to heat metal anything? It sounded like you were pretty intent on that.
No, that was... I was talking about, before...
So the
I
door's
would like
made
to use
of
my
wood.
enchanted stick, though.
Your enchanted stick.
Enchanted stick.
You walk up and you start bashing the door. After a couple of minutes, you are able to completely wreck the door, at which point you take it, throw it to the side, and you found a makeshift stone wall built up in front of the doorway.
A
Hey, look what my
stone
effort
wall?
yielded.
Dude, somebody hates us or specifically you, and he's gonna stare at Piercival. We're still in the dark. I guess he'll use his little
I
fire
think he's
starter so
talking
he
to you,
knows.
Tinkerer.
He's gonna use his little fire starter so you can see he's looking at you.
Light! A form of light appears in the room. It's consistent. It's like a mini torch. For the first time, Piercival, you can see the room.
Oh, God. It's been a horrible
It's like a
anxiety-inducing
How
hell
did you
world.
how did you beat that door without?
Just feels for the wood and smacks it.
Yes.
Yeah, I
With your
asked
steel
what it was made
magnolia.
out of, and I found the wood with my steel magnolia.
Yeah, Tinker, do you want to recover the hinges? They're probably worth something.
Oh, of course.
All right. Does anyone have anything to knock this door down?
I'm gonna investigate the makeshift wall.
I was
There's
going to
some
say,
kind of crack or hole or something.
it's stonework, and I get
Oh, it's
double
stonework.
proficiency for things involving stone.
Ooh.
I'm a
Mm.
dwarf, after all.
Sure, go by all means, Tinker.
I'd like to tinker just
I will
a bit.
assist you.
Tinker, can you tinker with this?
I will note that because Tinkerer talks really slow, whenever he's about to say something uniquely helpful, I will say it first and take full credit.
A 19. Oh, I'd like. Well, can I tell you what I'm looking for?
Yeah, that would help.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of perhaps the way that they would build this wall and how fast it would take them. Perhaps I could tell if it's like some sort of dwarven, quickly thrown together piece of stonework.
Dwarven crafts.
It's more hill or mound-like than it is wall-like. So it's not put together well. Looks like it was shoved up against the door and just kind of everything was thrown into it, stones and mud. The part facing you is very jagged. It's not smooth at all. It is now dried enough so it's not oozing into you, but you're pretty confident that if it was just made and the door was not closed, it would just collapse in on itself.
This is shoddily crafted.
This is shoddy work.
Perhaps we can find a weak point in the pile of rocks.
I vote that Piercival just goes at it with his stick again.
No, that's gonna take forever.
I got another arm here. I just used this one the whole time.
Juke, you are quite small. Perhaps you can climb up and shift some rocks out of the way.
I mean, I could. Fine.
Fine, Dad.
Give me a boost.
I'll give you a hammer if it helps.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I'll take that hammer.
I'll reach in and finger around in my shirt for a little bit and then tinker out a hammer, hand it to you.
Alright, I need a boost. I'm gonna stand on your shoulders.
Why are the shortest people boosting each other up to the top of this?
Because together we're taller than either of you.
Yandos just watches.
I'm staring in the opposite direction.
God, I mean, the
And
light's
into
off
the
now,
dark.
so...
Exactly.
I will use the little, what is it, a light hammer?
A light hammer.
To try to pry some of the rocks from the top of the doorway.
All right, go ahead and make an attack roll.
So that's a 6!
Oh.
It looks like you're just hitting the stone, not in any really good spot. If I gave a toddler a squeaky hammer and told him to build a wall, he would probably just go up and start hitting a brick wall with a squeaky hammer. That's about what you're getting out of this.
Is there
Just-
any cracks or holes in like the top of it?
I'm helping, guys!
Yeah, can I make an investigation to see if there's like a point I can pry out instead of just smacking it?
Yeah, sure.
Hence my name, Smackwist.
With your 23 investigation, you get a point that looks like some of the rock and mud is a little drier and crispier. Crumblier is the word I was thinking of, actually.
Mhm.
You could probably leverage it in there a little bit.
Yeah,
It's going to be an athletics roll, though.
Let's do that. Let's leverage it in there. Ugh.
A 13 is enough to start crumbling some of the rocks down. Not enough to portray any light, but the people standing at the bottom get a couple of stones rolled down to their feet.
All right, guys. Can I
I'm tired.
try something here?
Yeah, you're up.
Go ahead and take a break. Step back. I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast and try to use my force damage. I'm going to cast it near the top of the thing because I figure that's where the mound is going to be less dense.
And what does your Eldritch Blast look like again?
It's like a beam of force energy, like a
Right,
white
you did
beam.
I gotcha. So you extend your hand, a snaking beam of energy pulsates through it and smacks the top. It looks like a lot of the rock starts to crumble, but it's going to need a couple more hits to really start breaking through.
All right, I'm gonna just keep blasting it. Eldritch blasting it. Ooh, that one was almost.
You don't have to roll, as I know you can do this infinitely because it's a cantrip. But a couple blasts in, you start to reveal some light, and a couple blasts after that, I see you doing that. A couple blasts
I
after
rolled
that,
anyways,
the
guys.
stone wall, mound, whatever you want to call it, kind of explodes outward and reveals the dank, perpetual dusk that is this prison.
Awesome.
Hooray!
Who walled us in?
Yes.
I'm gonna send
What
my.
a
I can tell you whose watch it happened during.
Mine.
I'm gonna send a crow out to take a look before we leave. I'm gonna have him.
How many
fly
crows do you
around.
have?
Just the one.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna send the raven out that I have, not a raven, the raven. Excuse my.
Fiendish raven.
What's your rating?
Yeah, he's a fiend.
Everybody just freeze.
It
so we can just
is. I
do
apologize.
A smart cut.
12.
A 12? How many hit points does your Raven have?
1d4 minus 1.
Well, he might live. Let's see.
All right.
2.
Your Raven meets a dagger in its skull, and it takes 6 points of damage.
Oh, dude.
And
It takes 6 points.
flies out, and about 2 feet out, a dagger flies into its skull, and it thumps onto the ground.
It has a perception +3.
It has a perception of 0 now because it's dead.
Can I use my steel magnolia stick to try to like reach out and scoop it back in so I can eat it?
Yes.
I was gonna grab it out of the air when you sent it to
At
begin
least
with,
you're non-discriminatory.
An athletics or acrobatics roll.
but- All right.
I'm pretty sure he dissipates.
Yeah.
As you
But
reach
the
your
weapon's
steel
there.
magnolia stick, as the crow lands on the ground and starts to dissipate, and you want dinner, somebody grabs it from you.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Gang,
Do you
they
go out
grab-
the
if
door
I
with
may,
it, or do you stay there?
Damn. I don't know. I don't want to lose that stick.
I'll pull out a thunderstone and
I'm going
hold
to
it up to the crowd, offer it for tossing.
Go ahead and toss it.
Okie dokie.
Like out the door, just.
Oh, yes.
And what's that do? Is that like the Thunderwave spell, I assume?
Oh, yeah. But just about all my attacks are just DC saving throws.
Roll some saving throws.
Oh my.
He just
Why?
likes doing that. Ignore him.
No,
Why?
it's relevant this time.
Oh, is it for rats? Is there a massive pile of rats out there?
A dagger?
What's your DC?
Did the rats have a dagger that they stabbed it to?
It's a rat king, sir. A rat king.
13?
13, and how much damage does it deal?
It doesn't.
I don't see
It doesn't. It just
It does
knocks
not.
prone and
It just
pushes
has an
back 10
effect.
feet away.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to knock stuff out of our way.
All right, guys. After that, I guess it's
A
time
bunch
to
of
get going.
stones, the steel magnolia stick, the sparkling afterdust of the raven, and you hear a couple of yells of surprise outside get
What
knocked
happens
away.
with the stick gets knocked away?
Yes.
God damn it. Well, I'm gonna kill myself now, you guys.
I'm gonna
You can go get
pull
it.
out my hand crossbow and just try to like stealthily peek around the door from the direction the weapon
In
was
the
thrown.
wake of the thunderstone, it looks like there's a group of ill-equipped people that have been waiting outside to ambush you.
Which of
It
them
looks like-
has a weapon, if any?
Only 2 of them have weapons.
I'm gonna conjure up a flaming sphere. And
3 now with the steel magnolia stick.
That
I'm gonna
probably goes
conjure up
away.
a flaming sphere and hopefully kill all of them to death.
You don't see anybody yet because you're still in the room.
Hey, what's going on out there?
Are
Juki?
you busting out the room?
Do
Yeah,
you
just-
wander out of the room, or do you peek around as Juke is looking around the corner?
I peek around and gain the same knowledge.
Yes. Okay. It's important, man. It's important. Stuff can happen when you peek. You never know.
Peek, peek.
All right.
Are you dropping a flaming sphere on them?
There's
Yep.
this many of them. 3 look like they have weapons.
All right.
Don't
drop
burn
your
your stick.
flaming sphere. You throw your flaming sphere down. There's about 5 guys on the left and 4 guys on the right, but the 4 guys, one of the 4 has your steel magnolia stick. Which do you want to go for?
The steel magnolia stick side.
The steel magnolia stick guy? All right.
Yeah.
So you drop your flaming sphere on the steel magnolia stick side. Luckily, they were all grouped up, so it is able to hit all of them as a large flaming sphere starts to take place, and roll an Arcana roll.
Alrighty.
That's what I'm talking about.
Are you gonna roll? Do you need to roll damage for that or anything? Or
As it starts to
16.
fizzle, as you wave one of your hands and wave your other hand, you realize that you're missing 2 fingers normally needed in the somatic part of this cast. As you start wiggling your other 2 fingers a little bit quicker and kind of making up for it, and quickly catch your spell, and
Look at me
your
wiggle, you
flame
guys.
orb bursts into life in middle of everybody else. What is the damage on that spell? Roll 2d6. As 3 points of damage is dealt to 4 dudes.
Yeah. God damn it.
It's something.
and your steel magnolia stick lights on fire.
Hey
It
man,
is
just be
gone
glad they all
forever.
failed. It could be 1 point of damage per person.
Hey, it sticks around.
Hey, I get the pun.
No, I'm not trying to do puns.
Nice pun. In this time of personal crisis, I can recognize that calming pun you just gave me, friend. Thank you.
However, in the essence of the spell, the spear ignites flammable objects not being worn or carried, and as it was just knocked away, your steel magnolia stick is on the ground and does start to catch fire.
I think you said a guy was holding it.
I said he got knocked. Oh no, I did. You're right.
You counted among the 3 things someone was
Nope,
holding.
you are absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct.
Are my eyes failing me here?
Yes, they are. It is being held. You're good.
Your weak human eyes.
It may be dimly lit.
I was being dumb. All right, so that's the first round. Why don't everybody roll initiative, as that's your surprise action. All right, what you guys got? We got
18.
6.
Don't sound too excited about that. All right, so one of the dudes that got lit up by your orb is going to get up, brush himself off, and run at you, Piercival.
Come at me, bro.
Does a 20 hit you? If you look at your
Oh,
AC,
yeah.
is a 20 higher than your AC value?
Yes.
Take 3 points of damage as he just starts tearing at you and punching you.
And
you're up, Sam.
You know
Piercival.
where I've been?
You're up.
I'm going... is he wearing any metal on him?
He is not.
I'm going to... I don't know. Cry. Does that inspire any pity or sympathy?
No.
Hey, man,
I mean,
you're a
you can
druid,
roll
right?
a persuasion, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Can-
use
can
my
you change into
deception.
a-
Performance.
Change into
You
an
could try
animal
and
or
intimidate
something?
them not to attack you. You can roll persuasion to try and persuade them not to attack you. You can try and lie somehow and roll deception about how you have more people on the way or how you're gonna... I suppose ripping their hearts out and shoving up their butts wouldn't be a lie, so that wouldn't really be a deception roll, but you could do something of that sort. You know, you could be as creative as you wish to be, Piercival.
You can run up and try and grab your stick.
Or hug them.
Okay, well, that's a lot of options, and I'm going to...
You could also ram that flaming sphere into another dude's face.
Is the flaming spear still on fire?
The flaming sphere persists as long as you want it to, and as a bonus action, you can control where it goes.
Okay,
So
well, I'm
you
going to
can
do that
kinda
then.
send it at people.
Yeah, I'd really like to conjure it up in front of me and then just throw it at that guy's face.
It stays as a fixed point, and you just move the point it goes. So it doesn't reconjure, it just stays there like a little sun,
Well,
and you can
fine.
choose to
So
move
you
it in a
can-
straight
you
line
can
and
go
go right
backwards.
into people.
Come over here.
All right. Get over
So you'd
here,
be like,
flaming sphere.
yeah, there. And it'll smack into the group once more. Go ahead and reroll the damage.
All right.
7 points of damage. Let me roll their
Boom.
saves. 2 save, 2 fail, as
Nice.
the one holding your steel magnolia stick burns to a crisp, shouting in pain, his eyes bubbling out and drooping down. The one next to him also goes down, and the other two are very, very, very bloodied.
Nice. I'm going to suck in their pain and sorrow.
I guess
Are you
you
gonna-
breathe really hard at them.
Are you gonna grab your stick, man? It's on the ground now. That it can light on fire.
You still have movement in your action left, so you could
I do actually?
absolutely
Okay.
do that.
Then yes, I'm gonna lurch towards that, kind of fall down on my way, and then grab it and stumble back to where everybody else is.
Okay, you now have your steel magnolia stick and 5 dudes behind you. Next up is a dead guy.
He continues to be dead.
After him goes a dead guy. Wow.
Awesome.
All right. Yondos, you're up.
I run into the group of 5 people.
Okay.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Skip me. Giannis does not go before me.
Juke,
That
I have
is
you on
true.
an...
He's
Oh,
a 9.
you're right. You're
I
right.
have
Yeah.
You're right.
5.
You rolled a 5, but I have the marks for order, and I had you're 10th. You're not 5th. The 5 is what you rolled. Yondos, you don't get to do anything. All right, don't
do you
interrupt the
do?
game like that.
I choose to
don't
do nothing.
disrupt the flow of the
I
game,
choose
Yondos.
to
Okay.
do nothing and allow my friend Juke to go in front of me.
Fane
Dude,
talks.
you're
Always
up.
trying to jump the line, trying to get any
My
advantage they
apologies.
can.
Whoa, man, come on.
All right. Who's the closest dude with a weapon to me?
That would be on the left. There are 2 people with swords.
About how far are they? Within hand crossbow range? Within running
Yeah.
distance?
They're within 15 feet of you. 10,
Okay.
15 feet.
I will.
They were
shoot
knocked
a-
back 10 feet, and they were about 5 feet away, so...
Okay. I will shoot a little hand crossbow at one of the guys with the swords.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack.
Ooh.
A 20 is well enough to hit. as you bloody one of the guys as a crossbow bolt digs into his ribs, and he starts bleeding from the bolt hole.
Excellent. Then I will use my bonus action to reload it, and I will maybe. Can I go in the opposite direction around, like from them around the side of the house to like a little?
It's kind of built. Again, this is shanty, so it's kind of built into everything else. You'd have to climb over some stuff to get.
I just want to go opposite from them, outside of the house.
Yeah, just
like,
walk away from them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
Like, down the
to
street
all the
towards...
dead bodies in the flaming sphere.
Yeah, but I'm not going to stand next to the flaming sphere.
No, I know, but I'm saying just toward that general area.
Yeah.
Yes,
Is it
yeah,
my
absolutely.
turn yet?
Yeah, so you take a couple steps back, reloading your hand crossbow, taking aim to possibly take out one of their genitalia. Next up, that's
Shoot for
5,
the knees,
is
son.
one
Shoot
of the
for the
dudes
knees.
with the swords. Yay! I get to go. Having just seen his buddy shot, but just seeing a bunch of guys mulled over by this old 8-fingered man.
Yeah.
He will run up and he will make an attack roll. I rolled a 2 as he stumbles toward you and swings his sword very ineffectively in your general direction. Kind of trips-ish and then just puts his face right up against your face. That's his turn. Not very good. Tinkerer, you are up.
I'm still in the room, yeah?
Yes.
Do I know what's happening? Do I know how many people are out there?
You can hear fighting and going on
I see
outside.
one guy right outside the door.
I'll just casually walk up to the door and like look left, look right, and see what's going on. And I'll be like,
You saunter out and see this fight going on.
I'll notice that we look like we're winning pretty well, and I'll just say loudly, your stone craftsmanship could use some work, and you're no match for us. Throw down your weapons if you want to live.
Thanks for the support, Tinker.
Intimidation.
I'm not a very intimidating dwarf, but perhaps
You
I
could
could
be.
tell.
oops, that's advantage.
Not bad.
Oh,
Not bad.
19?
A couple of them kind of look at each other, unsure of what to do next. Anything else you like to do?
I could give you pointers on building better walls.
Are you going to shoot them or anything? Or are you just gonna
I'm just
just
standing there telling
Doesn't
them
sound
to
like it.
stop what you're
Just
doing,
gonna
man.
sass him.
Stop it.
All right, next up is the other guy with the sword who Jukalvir shot. He's going to rush Jukalvir.
Psh,
And
good thing
take
I'm pretty
a-
far away.
Ye old swing
Whoa, I
on
don't
the
believe
way
he can.
at Yondos.
Haha, Yandos.
at me? I'm
Sup a
still
wang.
inside.
I thought you... No, yeah, you're right. You're still inside. So he's going to take a swing at... The only other person that would be close would be Tinkerer at this point, actually.
Tinker or
Oh dear.
So he will... At the way, running past you, he's going to take a swing. It goes just clear over your head. And then he keeps running. Would you like to make an attack of opportunity as he passes you?
You talking to Tinker?
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah, he would. He'll pull out his hand axe and he'll slash at some ankles.
Go for it. Make that roll.
Dat roll
Hack
is
and slash.
made. The dat roll is a 12.
A 12 actually is enough to hit him. As you smack his Achilles tendon on the way by, he shouts out in pain. And you hear a little crumbly rumblies. He's not looking good.
Yeah.
Yondos, you're up after the next person.
All
Who
right.
is going to
You're
God
last.
damn it.
turn and bolt away. Just start sprinting in the other direction.
Did they have a weapon?
They did not. Now, Yondos, you're up.
All right, I'm busting out of here. Is there anyone still grouped up?
There are the two guys on the other side that aren't dead, and then there are
Is there 3 of them over there? 2 of them over there still?
just the two guys that are grouped up near the flaming sphere.
Everyone else? All right, I'm going to... Dang, I wish I went sooner.
Man, that sucks.
Just
doesn't it?
blast somebody.
I'm just gonna go out and take the boring way out and Eldritch Blast the guy with the sword that was attacking that's nearest to me. That was attacking Tinkerer.
Eldritch Blastify him. So you lift up your hand, you send out a lance of 24 to hit, and you smack into him. And his body crumbles on the ground as he races after Tinkerer, getting his Achilles hit, and then getting smacked in the back. He just falls face forward, dropping his weapon on the ground. Dead.
And I'm good with that.
Little hole coming out the front of his chest.
Who's next?
I don't know, Jim.
That's
Who's next?
on you.
You tell us.
I'm kidding. One of the two dudes left by the flaming sphere, actually both of them, I think. Yeah, both of them are going to rush the closest person, which is now Jugalvir. They're going to make rolls.
Like,
Does a 16 hit you?
Aw, just barely. What a butt.
One of them hits you for 3 points of damage.
Does he punch me? Is he punching me?
He is punching the crap out of you.
I don't know
Scared
about
for his
that.
life. He is punching the light farts out of you.
Yeah.
The light
Back to the
farts.
top of the order, we have Piercival.
all right, well, with my newly regained and unburnt
beat stick.
fried green tomatoes, or I'm sorry, steel magnolia, I'm going to rush at that guy who's going after my best bro in the whole world, Juke. And I'm gonna try to brain him with...
Yeah, I'm a little offended,
Try
too.
to brain him with my, what?
We're all offended that you're choosing Juke to rush to.
He's
Are
your
you
best
going
friend?
to
Come on.
shilladle your steel magnolia?
Yes.
That is a bonus action, so you won't be able to move the flame orb at all this round. It is still up, and you can move it next round, but to light up your stick, that is a bonus.
Well, I'm gonna attempt to knock this guy back onto the flame. That's my ultimate goal. I'm telling you that
Oh,
right
there you
now.
go.
Okay.
Shove him.
That's going to be a shove attack then, not an actual attack. So that's going to be your athletics or acrobatics versus his athletics or acrobatics.
Just hit him with the stick.
Nah, shove him into the fire. It's funnier.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can shove him into the fire and burn him alive.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm
Damn.
behind this plane.
5.
A 5.
He could be weak.
Your old man arms actually break as you try and push him.
What's
I rolled a 2.
No way!
As you light your steel magnolia stick, you start to rush him, and you put your shoulder down, and you slam fully into him, and then kind of don't do anything, and he kind of goes, what the heck was... And as he steps back, he trips, falls back into your flame orb, taking 7 points of damage and dying.
Yeah, burn that piggy. I
Hey, you
smell
can
burning flesh, y'all. Everyone else excited by that?
Was
can
that
still
was
move
that a
it, too.
human?
Sorry, that's a human thing.
That was a human he just killed.
The
Yes.
first hug.
Oh, my only true friend.
My only next up, we have a dead guy.
Actually, wait, I'm sorry.
Next
Can I ask
up-
one question?
Absolutely.
How burnt to a crisp was his head area?
Oh, God.
It's not badly burnt right now, but it is slowly burning more because it is now caught fire. So like a marshmallow, at first it was golden brown, and now it's on fire and slowly blackening.
And do I have any more actions, or am I done?
You lit up your thing, you did your... No, you're all out of actions.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna watch it and lick my lips, just thinking about what could be.
Gross. All right, well, next person up looks like it is the one dude that didn't run away or is dead that's not also next to a flaming sphere.
What a
Is going to
fool.
run up to Tinkerer and start clawing at his noggin. Does a 16 hit you?
It does.
Take 3 points of damage
No.
as he starts just kitty swiping at your head. And the next up would be Jugalvir.
So there's one guy on Tinkerer, and there's one unarmed person still near me.
There's one unarmed, near the orb, and those are the only two left. The other
Oh.
one ran away and is running and is now in the distance.
Oh, he's next to the orb, though.
Yeah. Not
Well-
next to the orb, but he's closer to the orb than you
But he's
are.
not within melee reach of me.
No, you could push him into the orb, like, your buddy did. But
Instead, I will double back real quick to Tinkerer and draw my little short sword as part of my movement and stab that guy next to Tinkerer.
all right, go ahead and roll your attack.
Oh!
No, wait, I gotta. Yes!
Natural 20
Oh!
on a sneak attack.
I think he's
The
dead.
good news is, I mean, how do you kill him? This is your crit.
Well, I snuck up. This is a tall person, a medium-sized person, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So I sneak up behind him and chop him right out at the knees.
All right. So the good news is you chop his knees out as his body falls to the ground, head slamming on the brick and doing a little more damage, just finishing him off. Unfortunately, however, as your chopping motion continues, your sword kind of tip hits the ground and the sword shatters.
What? I thought this was made of metal.
Cruel fate.
Do you remember where you got that sword?
Off some random dude.
Correct.
Rando dude. No, my
You
short
got
sword.
the crappily made sword.
Aw.
Wow.
That's most
Yes.
unfortunate.
It was slated for destruction when enough damage was done, and a crit will do that.
Aw.
I'll
Happy and
hold on
sad.
to the parts for you.
Now you have just a makeshift crappy metal dagger.
It's still, I can use a dagger.
Stab him in the heart.
I mean, the guy's dead, so mission accomplished.
Still stab him in the heart.
Next up, we have Tinkerer.
Yeah, I've been trying to keep track. I think there's only one
guy left.
Yeah, okay. And wait, he's over to the
One
right?
guy. Yeah. He is behind Juke. No, Juke just killed that one.
Mm.
No, did you kill the one near Tinkerer
Yeah,
or
he
the
killed
one
I
near
killed the
near
one
me.
next to Tinkerer. That's how I got my sneak
Yeah,
attack
okay,
off.
so there's still the one near the orb, yeah. That's what I thought.
All right. I'll turn
That's
to
what I
him.
thought.
I'm gonna grab my hammer out of my shirt and I'm gonna just throw it at that silly man.
Okay.
Oh dear, a 6.
Your old man arms are not quite as strong as you remember as you throw it, and it ends up about 5 feet short of him.
Tinkerer, learn your limits
Take
like me.
that.
Age with grace.
Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Yeah, I think there is. I'll
Which would be...
walk up and pick up my hammer.
Not a bad use of the rest of your turn. Mine.
Oh,
And that'll do for
I'd
me.
like to acknowledge how cute it was when Tinkerer walked over to his little hammer and picked it up after throwing it with a lot of might.
Yandos, you're up. As you watch Tinkerer throw and then pick up his hammer.
Aw.
All right. I'm going to just throw an Eldritch Blast at this guy. Oh, dang.
With your roll of 10, he somehow manages to dodge out of the way as one of your bright beams of energy streak toward him.
Is this a guy with a weapon?
No. Smashing the floor behind him. Would you like to do anything else on your turn?
No, I'm good.
On his turn, he will walk up to the closest person, now Tinkerer, picking up a hammer. Natural 20.
Oh.
Takes 6 points of damage as he double fists his hands and clubs you on the top of the head as you pick up your hammer.
He Captain Kirks it.
Oh, yeah. Next up, we have Piercival, back to the top of the order.
Yeah, back to where it matters. I'm gonna run at him with my now lit up Rosemary's Baby sword. I'm sorry, what's it called?
Steel
Magnolia.
Still Magnolia. And,
That's what you called it, man. You can call it whatever you
Rosemary's
want. I'm just rolling with the name.
I'm going to swing it at him with all my might, and I'm gonna say, "This is for the Tinkerer."
Okay, roll it. You can
I
also
will.
use your bonus action to grab the orb toward him and smack him in the back of your head with the fire device. If you want to double whammy it.
Do I do that both at the same time and roll for the same thing?
No,
Two
it'd be one at a
different
time.
actions? Okay.
So your Magnolia attack would be first. So roll
Alright.
your staff attack. Unless you want to do it in reverse order, but it sounds like you're really into braining him. That's damage for your sphere. We need
Sorry, my mistake.
your staff attack.
I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm getting a little rusty in my old age.
Oh no!
Wow.
Gonna get a little leak out of that. ear, but it's-
That's a 1, isn't it?
Yes.
That's a
That's a
natural
natural
one.
one. Another one.
As you run up and yell, "This is for Tinkerer!" You bring it down as hard as you can on Tinker's head. Tinker take 11 points of damage.
Oh dear.
Would you
Did
like
I
to
just kill
use
Tinker?
your bonus action to grab the orb and finish this guy off, maybe?
I just cough out a bunch of blood when you do that as well.
Tinker,
gonna
you
use
feel
my-
some of your old man bones crack as this, you thought wooden stick that feels more like steel, slams into the back of your skull.
Well, it was for Tinkerer.
Literally. This is for you. This is smack.
He's not wrong.
Are you throwing a flaming sphere at him?
What do you think?
Yes,
I am.
so you summon the devil with your little two-fingered every time now. And it slams him in the back of the head. 7 points. He has a chance to survive. Natural 1. How does he burn up? I'll let you choose.
All right, so he's on his back, and instead of actually burning, you'd think he would die from the burns, but he actually dies from drowning on his own liquefied flesh in his throat. And I go, "Blah-blah-blah-blah-blah!" And one in the pink, one in the stink, and then bloody taint. That's what I say.
Yeah, he's dead.
He's dead.
Whether you want to sodomize him afterward, I guess that's on you.
No, I'm just saying that. It's a mind, it's a little bit of mind play for these guys.
That was
Mind
for
play
us,
that I'm
yeah.
still on the right side of things.
Yeah.
I say, damn, Piercival's crazy. Just to myself, though.
I'm having
Combat is over
Hey, what was
now.
that?
I'm having trouble remembering the last 5 minutes or so.
I wonder why.
I'm coughing up blood, however. I think I'm going to give myself a healing potion.
I'm going to survey the dead bodies and see if any of them are still alive.
No.
I'm going to survey the dead bodies and see if any of them happen to be that contact we were looking for in this area.
Your 2 medicine roll lets you know that these are definitely bodies that are definitely on the ground.
All right, I'm gonna go around and start casting, kind of covertly. I'm gonna make it look like
Make a sleight of hand roll.
I am checking their pulse, or I'm checking for anything on them. But I'm gonna
Natural one,
cast,
ladies and gentlemen.
I'm gonna cast Spare the Dying on them to see if one of them is still alive.
As you walk over, you start going, "I'm going to check if they're dead. I will save you. Rest easy. I will save you. Rest easy. I will save you. Rest easy." Who knows if it works?
Does any,
It's kind of
do any
disturbing
of
to
them
watch you do
react?
that.
They're all unconscious, whether you spare the dying on them or not. It just stabilizes them.
I know, and I'm gonna plant in their head I'm gonna try and telepathically communicate with the bodies. And I'm going
Now
to
that
say,
you're telepathically communicating, you can tell that 2 are still alive.
I'm gonna tell
One
them
is
both.
the very badly burnt one, the disfigured one, and one is one of the dudes on the other side that got shot with an arrow.
I'm gonna spare the dying them to stabilize them, and I'm gonna plant the seed in their head. I'm gonna say
Not the way
the
Piercival would,
god.
right?
No,
Okay.
I'm gonna say the god of many masks. The god of many masks. Better name.
Sure.
Can destroy and create. I'm just gonna say that.
Make a persuasion.
9,
You can roll at advantage. I'm sorry.
12.
We'll see if that does anything.
I'm just planting the seeds, everybody. Just planting the seeds. Maybe get some people talking.
I don't trust that sentence with you people.
Reap what you sow.
All right, so
I'd like to
You guys,
collect the
I
stuff
assume-
off of these people.
grab the 2 swords. They are 2 metal long swords.
Oh, yes.
Aw.
I'll stop saying swords and just saying sword now.
It's too big for
I
me,
watched
guys.
Adventure Time the other day, and it's
Can't use it.
in my head.
Where have I heard that one before?
These are
Oh.
most likely cheaply made. I wouldn't trust these swords if I were you.
Make an investigation roll on them, Tinkerer.
Oh, dear.
These swords are not poorly made. It looks like they were actually heat treated.
You know, I take back everything I just said. I'll stash them in my shirt for now, unless someone would like one.
I'd like one.
I'm good. I have one already, although
There.
this one's probably poorly made.
Too
But
big
I
for
don't
me.
I have no sword. I want one.
Piercival,
Can I have a sword?
I will give you these swords.
I just want one.
Oh, dear.
Alright, add a longsword to your inventory.
Sweet.
Piercival Lindalian.
Can I attempt to recover the bolt out of that dude's chest that I shot?
Yeah, roll me a d20. That bolt is alive. Barely.
Yeah. All right.
He rolled a 10. 10 and up on a death saving throw is a success, so I'm counting as that a success for the arrow.
Huzzah! Got my bolt back. So my short sword is now a poorly made metal dagger. And
It is a little bloody. It looks like this group, by the way, now that you're looking around, was mostly human and Feint talk.
Oh, God! The humanity!
Lack of now.
The faint talkity.
It's fine,
The faint
Piercival.
the faint
You'll,
talkery.
you'll get over it. All right. Well,
Is there anything left to sodomize?
hopefully people around here get the picture that we're not to be messed with. Let's move on to the next thing really quickly. Before... Come on, Piercival, let's go this way.
Okay.
You start
Sounds like a
leading him
plan to me.
along like a dog on a leash. Where are you guys going?
South.
ish. So, are the stones in the ceiling, are they arranged like patterns of stars, or?
Oh, absolutely not. There
Okay,
is
they're just
no
random.
way
They
to
have
get your
like
bearing
maybe
in
a
here.
giant arrow. Like some of them are red, and the red is pointing north.
The only way you could potentially get your bearing is if you had like a compass, or you're just really good at knowing what's north, south, east, and west. Because remember, you were teleported in to begin with, so it's not
Yeah.
like you had any sort of way to get in.
Right.
You can roll a survivor roll if you want to try and glean that, but it's going to be a difficult DC.
I'm
Can I roll?
quite hungry, gang. I have no extra mole meat. Oh dear, the brain.
We butchered some of the steaks earlier.
Did
Yeah, we
We
should
still have some
um,
steaks.
Ooh.
try to cook that. We should cook that up. Have a little meal before we head out.
With your fire starter and the fairly fresh mole meat, you're able to pretty easily get that cooked and eaten. You have
Tasty.
sustained yourself for the day.
Hell yeah.
How much of our meat did we use up?
Noise.
I assume a steak a person.
Yeah,
So
I'm
about
not
a
going to be
third of it.
greedy.
I'm gonna argue I eat half because I am small.
I'm gonna argue I ate his other half.
No,
you use
he
about a
doesn't give
quarter
it to
of your
you.
meat supplies up
Slap it out
because
of
you
his
guys
hand.
are all really hungry.
Mine.
All right. So, Tinkerer,
Yes.
do you happen to have a compass or anything in that bag of holding?
A compass? I suppose I could try to tinker one together.
I mean, that's your thing, man. You gotta do you.
Okay. I'll,
Do you got a bucket of water?
yeah, I
and
was
a
gonna say,
cork?
I just need some water and something to float and a piece of metal to put a compass
piece of
together.
iron.
Exactly. Thank you for the clarification.
You know there's water around. You still have that dirty water from the mine area. You filled the
I'll
water.
take some of
we
the
could
blood
use-
of our enemies as well to create a nice pool.
What? I was just like,
You see Tinker
Dig
just
a hole in the
got
ground."
this and start lopping off a leg and just start using the blood to pour into like a small makeshift cup.
Can I imbue that with
This is
some
gonna be
religious
metal.
power and roll for religion on that and pray to some of my life force god that I believe in to help guide the tinkerer's tinkering?
No, but you can assist him.
I'll assist him by doing that.
Okay. Roll at advantage. Go ahead and roll a survival roll. This time with just the DC drastically lowered because you have a plan to figure out which way north, south, east, and west is. Yeah, with your makeshift compass and compass material, you're able to
Compass material,
Get
aka the blood of our enemies.
whatever works.
It's a metal
listen.
compass.
I'm trying to be light
I
about
don't
it.
want to use my water.
You're able to figure out where you guys are. You can tell that to the north would be Bronstone's area, where it was pointed out before. To the east would be Mariella's, and to the west would be whatever I named her.
Tara?
Tara.
Tara?
Tara.
Tara? Yeah. Can't remember if 2 R's or 1. Tara. So you guys are in the southern zone. So heading back more toward where you came in would be southernly.
Oh. Let's do that. Let's also boil up some of this water if we can do that. Get some drinks going on.
You got time to boil some of that water. You guys could probably go for a short rest if you wanted as well.
Yeah, I figure while it's boiling, we could do that, right?
Yeah. And we'll use this short rest as a chance to end the episode.
Thank you for watching Toggle Advantage. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe. Please share it with your friends, share it with your family, share it with anybody you know. That's kind of how these things work. If you enjoy podcasts, you can listen to this as a podcast version on iTunes or Google Play or any app that you enjoy. If you like us enough, even leave us a review on iTunes. It can really help us out and spread the word. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you continue to do so.